Let's do one more. We should have time for one more. One more expert challenge. The next in line is Make It Count. You start with more cards. Come prepared at 12 additional random cards to your starting deck. They can be good. It's nice to build around. And Ember. We get early lead, gain 7 Ember and draw until you have 10 cards at the start of the battle. This is really, really powerful. And then we have Final Shard. Your pyre is fragile, but it gains damage shield 2 at the start of each battle. So yeah. That means we can't leak many things, but we can leak some things. Vapor Funnel could certainly help. Bounding Echoes, Ice Tornado, Total Recall. Interesting starting deck. Haven't played much with Total Recall yet. Haven't had an Ice Tornado in quite some time. We have Double Explosive Daedalus, which can be really scary. Because these bombs have like 6 health. Although, the only way we really have to take them out is Ice Tornado anyways, so doesn't matter too much. The blue fragile color on the pyre health? Yeah, I like it. It's a nice touch. We have Arcus with Rally and Incant Dark Shards. I don't like seeing the Incant Dark Shard there. And Seraph the Patient. So we need some way to survive that. Daze could be a thing. But let's take a look at our deck, because that one's gonna be massive. We have 3 Bounding Echoes. A Crypt Builder, an Echo Snare, an Echo Transfer, a Flash Freeze, the starter cards, Glacial Seal, 3 Ice Tornadoes, Revenge of the Damned, Siren Song, Soul Crushing Guild, Total Recall, the usual Train Stewards, an Unnamed Tome, and a Wurmkin Spike. What do we make of this? Well, one thing that comes to mind immediately is we don't have very many Infuse cards, but we do have 3 Bounding Echoes. So we could be okay in that regard. We have a lot of big damage spells in the Ice Tornado and the Crypt Builders, and potentially the Revenge of the Damned if we upgrade it. We have the Wurmkin Spike to make use of Reap. If we can get the Bounding Echoes. Echo Snare as well. We only have 1 Extract spell, which is probably a good amount. No, a Revenge of the Damned is also an Extract spell, as is Soul Crushing Guild. Okay, so we have a few. Wing Clippings, Refracting Lenses. Well, our pyre health is pretty much not gonna matter. So, is it just Wing Clippings? Well, we can still spam pyre health in some events, but... Well, it's definitely Wing Clippings, right? Do we want to shuffle Bounding Echoes and Echoes now back into the deck? Maybe we want to have them available to be pulled back with Total Recall. Yeah. It makes Edge a bit harder to use sometimes, so that can be a downside. Carving Karuska, Serrated Mandibles, or Vapor Funnel. These are some powerful relics right there. I love Carving Karuska. It's just such a powerful relic that makes extract spells really, really good. We need to keep in mind that our first turn can be pretty nutty with the 10 card opening hand, 10 energy as well. Serrated Mandibles can make good use of that, especially against flying bosses. Vapor Funnel is just great protection for our fragile pyre and allows us to take some challenge that we otherwise could never ever take. Just for that I'm going with Vapor Funnel. Let's see here. Inspire, apply Reap. That is a possibility. with the Bounding Echoes, we probably will be able to inspire quite a bit, especially on the first turn. Friendly units have +5 attack per candy. That is not good yet, and I can't see it being too amazing with what we currently have. I'm gonna go with the Decayer. That should help us get through these early fights pretty comfortably. Set up on the bottom floor, probably play Ice Tornado to get rid of these waves. And just play most things. Should have played the Fracture earlier, but it's fine. We are ready here. Ice Tornado, please hit that shard upgrade crossbow man. Thanks. That one would have been quite a problem otherwise. Let's buff our backliner here. I think we just play that and keep the Ice Tornado for the boss. I mean, yes. It's not worth playing just for one candy. Especially if we can do stuff like that. Actually apply a decent amount of Reap. Do we want to apply 12 Reap to the... No. We just play that for a single Inspire trigger. And then we win due to Reap. That is all we need. Proclamation. Infuse the tune that extract 2, deal 50 damage to the front enemy unit. It's already infused. Does also Echo transfer and Echoes now. I'll take a Proclamation. Guardian Stone. It's an interesting way of defense. I like it. What's your essence? -5 attack, but gain the incant of the Guardian Stone. That is a reasonable essence. Yeah. I like Icy Silo Fight. I also like Titan Sentry. First of Kin could be good as well. When a card is consumed on this floor, it's wing clippings makes us less likely to consume those cards, so it's worse. Silo Fight with a good essence, with a quick, maybe with a multi-strike, could be a powerhouse. What essence? I don't know yet. Spell weakness is also good. We have a decent amount of spells. Sure, I'll take a Silo Fight. I want to see quick here. Nice. Nameless Siren. Nameless Siren is the essence we wanted the Silo Fight. +5 attack by base and he can't gain rage. Let's immediately fuse them together. We want to sacrifice the Nameless Siren into the Silo Fight. We make Silo Fight quick. And then I think we make Silo Fight tanky. Because she will be hitting Thorn sometimes. What other ways do we have to protect her? None right now. Pretty much none. So we kind of need the health at the moment. Eventually we will be able to fit the Guardian Stone on the floor. Maybe. But right now, I think the scaling we have is good enough for early on. This one benefits a lot from piercing. This one benefits a lot from the damage up. Ice Tornado benefits from both, kinda. But is harder to play. 3 Ice Tornadoes, that's... that's so many Ice Tornadoes. That is so many Ice Tornadoes. Crypt Builder could also benefit from this. I think we do want the True Stone. We have so many spells that really want it. I'm gonna go with the Proclamation. I think this is the best one for now. Spell Chain. Feels difficult to use right now. Maybe on the Proclamation, but even that. I think we leave the Spell Chain for now. Keep our pack shards in a reasonable area. Mark of Invasion, we do have Vapor Funnel, otherwise this would be a bit dangerous. Not that dangerous, because we do have the Quick Sweeper guaranteed in our opening hand. So we could always take those out. But it would determine how we had to set up and stuff. I think we set up bottom, right? Gives us the maximum time for Reap to deal damage. These guys don't have spikes, it's just a Conduit Redirector with spikes. And then we just cast as many spells as possible. Bounding Echoes is still there. I think we even played the Ice Tornado before the Total Recall. Yeah, now it holds over. Let's play the Fracture first and then the Frozen Lands. We play a Train Steward, no matter where. We do want to kill this. And we kind of have to kill this one. Not right now, but eventually. I think we repair. That helps with the Reap. And then we Wurmkin Spike for even more Reap. That should kill you. You will die to the Reap on the other floors. And you would die to the Pyre anyways. I don't want that. I think it's just Frozen Lands, Train Steward here. And there we go. Echo Infusion, that is tempting. Yes. I want the health gain. Crypt Builder, no, we can't do that. It's too expensive. Titan's Gratitude on the other hand. Still not great. I'll skip. Oh, Divine Relic. Sense an overwhelming presence pulls through, like a booming power stretching through all of existence. The understanding eludes me for why one with such little power as yourself continues to fight for a world that has already been condemned to die. Divinities created this world, not for you, never for you, but for us. It was a game for the child to judge souls as good or as evil. We did not care for this lowly play, but the creation of this world took less than a breath. Time was my domain, and life was the mother's. The divine presence vanishes, some lingering power left behind in its wake. Is the child the Seraph? Maybe. Okay, so next fight will be Daedalus. So I'm pretty happy to take a divine artifact here. Divine Winged Steel, when you play your third card of the turn, draw 2. That is very good in the opening hand and still pretty good later. Removes after one battle, armor 30, that would certainly be some safety. 6 magic power is probably the least impressive, but still pretty good with the amount of damage spells we have. I'll go with the Divine Winged Steel. We want a lot of cost reductions. Not very many unit upgrades are necessary. The Guardian Stone could hold one, but it's not really important. I'll go to the left and get the free relic. Cuddlebeard and Titan's Claws. Titan's Claws makes our Ice Tornado so much better. Yes, please. Cuddlebeard is also good, but we don't really have Frostbite going on. Let's take a look at the Wurmkin banner. Is there anything we want to have interact with the Guardian Stone in any way? We can just fuse the Glacial Seal and the Guardian Stone together. Have one totem. Funnily enough, the Glacial Seal gives its full value to the Guardian Stone. The Guardian Stone also gives the full incant value to the Glacial Seal, but it applies -5 attack. Even though the Guardian Stone is the cheaper one. Huh. I think this is a skip. Let's look at this. When played, your champion gains 50% attack. Yes, that is okay, but that is not really how we win fights. Spell weakness 1 when an enemy unit enters the train. That allows us to more easily dispatch of them with spells, which is very good because we want to do that a lot. And Winged Indulgence just helps our defense a tiny bit. But many shard enemies will have so much attack that this doesn't matter too much. We're mostly gonna survive on the Guardian Stone, I assume. And our spells. Don't forget our spells. Hef. I feel like we can't. I feel like that will make our deck worse. The spike drivers can be very strong if you can infuse something in them and get like really powerful floor going with them, but we are not in a position to do that right now. Easily set up on the bottom floor. Let's make quick work out of these enemies. Spine Chief goes down as well, drawing us 2 cards. And I think while we could just apply 36 Reap to Daedalus, well, we definitely play the Echoes near here, right? Maybe we should just apply 36 Reap to Daedalus. That is a pretty quick kill, honestly. And we have some time to build the bottom floor. How much damage do we need? So every fracture we play on not you will give you Reap 2 from the Spine Chief and will give us Rage 2. No, Rage 1 on the Siren. So that is 2 damage from the Siren. That will be 4 damage from the Siren. So we need 21 damage on you. Reap 4 with 5 candies will be 20 damage. So yeah, we can go for the Reap on you. And I think I want the Echo Infusion, even though it reduces our Reap value. Do we want the Siren Song? No. We don't want to ascend the explosive. Even though it doesn't matter, because it will be dazed and the pyre shoots it down. So I guess we might as well play it for the Charged Echo, huh? Do we want a Soul Crushing Guild? It costs us 2 candies, but it will apply Reap 2 to everyone. Not worth. We kinda want candies on this floor now, if at all possible. I think it's time for Total Recall. Just once here. The non-candy spell go on this floor. Then we apply some candy so Daedalus can take his daily dose of damage. This gives us even more candy. That is good damage on Daedalus already. I will play this as well. And here on the bottom floor we just prevent some damage, gain some rage. Daedalus comes down to the bottom floor. That's a mistake. You shouldn't be here. You should not be here. That is not the place to be for you, my friend. You will take 392 damage to Reap. 5-turn boss rush on Daedalus. Just like that. Harness the Titan. Echoes of the Past and Wurmkin etchings. I don't think we need Wurmkin etchings. Harness the Titan would be good if we would go for more draw. It would also be very good if we had it in our opening hand. It might just be good enough to take. Now here's something interesting. What if we Bog Chrysalis armor totem? Then we would have 2 Bogfly units with Incant gain armor. Once it hatches. Before it hatches, we basically have a normal armor totem. We will give up the fusion of Glacial Seal and Guardian Stone. That is okay. Is there any downside to this? Yes, this is a priority unit. We won't always have Silo Fight on turn 1 if we do that. But we will have the Guardian Stone effect at least by turn 2. We could set up on the top floor, but that is more dangerous. Because Reap has less time to take its effect, we have less time to use spell weakness. We can't set up on the middle floor because of capacity. So it is a risk. We draw 10 cards in our opening hand, but those 10 cards out of a 39 card deck might not contain both our priority units. Especially considering one of these cards will be Spine Chief. Then one of them will be 1 priority unit. We have 8 draws to find the other. That is a bit unreliable. But maybe we can just, with the first turn being as powerful as it is, pump out enough damage with the spells and stuff that we will be fine anyways. I trust in that. And we need the extra capacity to make that work. And we go to the right. We want some removals, we want some spell upgrades. We don't care too much about another unit. We don't care about a pyre health right now, but maybe we can turn that into some money later with the rationing scales or something. There are options. Consume removal is probably not important to us. Cost reductions, on the other hand, very much are. Harness the Titan should be 0 cost. Power Stone should go somewhere. We have a lot of spells that benefit from magic power. Ice Tornado being 30 damage is important because there are quite a few enemies that survive 20 but die to 30 with the new sharded enemies. There is also Revenge of the Damned, which double dips, and 30 damage again. Big difference between 30 and 15. But I will go for an Ice Tornado upgrade here. Holdover, now that is big. Holdover can make a huge difference in a deck like this. For example, on Harness the Titan. It is infused, so it will generate candy for us. We have a lot of spells that do benefit from magic power. It could also go on something like Echo Infusion to shore up our defenses, because I'm not confident about our defenses right now. Although we do have Quick Sweep, so that is a large part of our defense already taken care of. Let's take a look at what we do with our champ first. The Corruptor becomes more interesting now that we add bog flies to the floor. It also becomes more interesting with the sweep that we have. And I think the Decayer is a bit less important, but the health on the Corruptor is a major downside. The Reap could still go a long way. It's still quite powerful. If we trigger that like 3 times a turn, that's very easily like 50-60 damage to everyone. But we mostly care about damage to the frontliner anyways. And I think the Corruptor just helps more with that. Now that we have a squishier champion, I think it's more important that we shore up our defenses and go with a Holdover on Echo Infusion. I would like an infused upgrade if that were a thing. That would be helpful. But it's not. But we do have a couple ways to grant infused to these things. Do we remove Train Stewards? I think they're still worse than our spells, so yes. Especially considering our base spells are infused. Our Ice Tornadoes get cost reduced. Crypt Builder is pretty bad right now because we really can't discard it at all. So that's probably something I'm looking to cut. Unless we find some great way of discarding it reliably. Which I don't know how that would look right now. Because our deck is pretty large. Spikes. Spikes is a bit of a problem. And we do not have the Bog Chrysalis upgraded to have the Guardian Stone in it yet. But I'm confident that we can deal with that. We have a lot of spells that can help a ton. And we will eventually have the Armor Totem. We also put extra health on the Silo 5 for a reason. Do we have... Not this time. So Spine Chief goes down first because Silophyte is infused. Then we nuke the frontliner. No, then we harness the Titan. And then we nuke the frontliner. And then if we could kill this Oh, spell weakness! Nice! We saved the health. Let's just play this. It doesn't matter too much to us. Let's also just play this out. I will even fracture it because I don't care about it at all. How does it not die to Reap? Oh, it absorbs the candy before the Reap goes off. That's actually pretty nice. This is the wrong totem. Do we play Bounding Echoes? It only infuses this totem. Yeah, we still do. We proclaim to kill the frontliner. The backliner will have to die to the Silo fight, so we will take our first spikes damage. We could put down a totem on this floor. I think that's fine. And then we'll fracture this guy. No, the egg! We needed a second spell. We couldn't really do it in a good way. I guess we can let that one escape. Oh, Bounding Echoes on the Echo Infusion is so good. It is just the best. Do we Ice Tornado here? Reduce the spike damage we take? I think so. It was just immediately important. And Echo Infusion goes on the frontliner still. We can always play one on the backliner if we need to. Sure. This might be the we need to situation. Kinda want you down. I kinda want some Reap and Frostbite on you. Will you die? You won't, huh? The Reap isn't enough. We don't have candy on this floor either. We will just kill the boss before you go up to the top floor, I guess. Maybe we can reap you to death on the top floor? That would only require like 2 candy. Just in case we don't kill the boss on the bottom floor, but have like giant amount of... well, we were not getting 2 candy. You have spikes by default, huh? That is pretty scary. How much damage are we taking to you? You take 8, so you go down to 29. Then you take 25. We only take the spikes damage, so we have 1 damage shield left after that. And we have spell weakness 3 on you. So maybe we can just kill you with an Ice Tornado? Nice Tornado, that is the buffed one. 90 damage. Yeah, that's gonna be enough. That is gonna be enough. Hi, the Duke. Welcome. Ooh, Box Slime. When a spell we consume is played, gain a candy. Very nice. Very, very nice. Soul Siphon, Return Soul. Return Soul is like so hard to skip for me. Like, almost impossible. Especially if we're using Incant as well. And we have Box Slime as well. We have Wing Clippings. Gifts for a guard. There's also Preserve, which has huge synergy with the Titan's Claws. But most of our expensive cards already have Permafrost. So it's not that important. It has to be Gifts for a guard. That card is nuts. Especially with something like Box Slime. We can afford a cheap relic if we're lucky. With the Forgotten Boons. But I think instead we're just going for an Unstable Vortex, Tube and Caverns. That is just very valuable. Let's take a look at the temple first. Extreme Stone and Purge Stone. And I think it's the Caverns next. Ooh. Ember deposits. I would like an abandoned stave. I want that extra energy. That's 2 extra energy every turn. And we add what? 2 Vengeful Shards in a 40 card deck? Fine with me. We could remove them. Then we only gain 1 energy. Without the downside. Well, the downside was it cost us 2 removals. That is a significant downside. I will go with the Train Steward removals instead. I think the dupe goes on Return Soul. I love this card. I just can't resist it. There are other things that will be good here. We could dupe the Guardian Stone, but that's not really necessary. I actually want to engage in a pact with this Guardian Stone. And make this Bog Chrysalis our Guardian Stone. That's gonna help our defenses quite a bit. Extreme Stone could easily be taken here. Put onto a nice tornado. I don't mind that at all. Can we deal with that many shards? Is our early game strong enough for that? It might not be. It might be. We'll see. I feel confident enough. Second Echo Infusion. That denies us too many draws, right? What do we have that give us extra draws? Nothing. I think that denies us too many draws. We have gifts for a guard. We could get a second one of these. I certainly wouldn't mind that. It would be pretty strong. We have a pretty large deck, but we're already in Consume in a lot of ways, so it is might be a bit too much Consume things going on. No, it's not. We have this not lost luggage, the wing clippings that counteracts most of the Consume going on. Let's move on. Seal of Aggression. Multi-strike. I'm fine with that. Boss has sweep though. That is something we need to keep in mind. And this guy is just tanky. But he has spell weakness. So this is gonna almost kill. Yeah, we are fine. We're totally fine. We set up this one. Then Bounding Echoes. Then we just go for a crit builder. Finish it off with a nice tornado. That's the kill. We start buffing our quick units attack and just frozen lands, and I guess get a candy up there. There's our Guardian Stone. Weirdly called Bog Chrysalis. But don't get fooled, it's a Guardian Stone. I think we flash freeze you so that we can actually use these infused cards on the bottom. Keep your health up. It's gonna matter against these multi-strikers. This guy won't die just yet. That's fine. We have a sweeper here. That's a bit scary. This frontliner guy won't die even to a proclamation. We might have to play a bunch of spells on this floor. Definitely the Echoes now. Definitely the Echo Infusion. Definitely the Fracture. Yeah, Fracture is not gonna deal with you. Definitely the Fracture as well. And one more spell. Ice Tornado, Proclamation on the bottom floor. You will absorb some Ice Tornado hits with your spell shield. So Ice Tornado on you. And just Proclamate here. That's a 50 damage Ice Tornado though. No, we use it here. Yeah, now everyone dies. Everyone dies to the silo fight even. We don't even have to take any damage in return except for the spikes. We can proclaim you. I forgot about that. I guess we eliminate you so that we don't have to deal with the spikes. But now we took damage. Pounding Echoes definitely goes off. Now this is infused, which is really, really nice. We total recall to find a solution for the top floor guy. That works. This now has consume. It could be consumed at any time. Let's return. We have 1 energy left. We can't play anything too large. Or we could just hoard an Ice Tornado. Fine. I'm okay with that. We'll take some damage. These are not too exciting. Nothing I can really play there. Well, we can keep the unnamed tone in hand at least. Definitely start with the Ice Tornado, right? That's a lot of damage. You have sweep, so what really matters is the health on our backliner. We can also just cast this for a... This is Reap 4. So this is better than playing the Wurmkin Spike for 1 more. And we win. I'm gonna win with keeping my units alive. Instead. Because we can. Enemy units enter with Frostbite 2. I will take it. It will help sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. Eternal Kinstone. Add a candy that cannot be removed. That helps using extract cards, but that's about it. That's not really what we want. We want Return Soul. Guardian's Amulet. Preserve. I think it's actually skip here. We don't really need to add other units. We could easily upgrade the Bog Chrysalis and gain double benefit of these upgrades. We just can't large stone it or anything, but some stats, maybe multi-strike, could be good. Free removals are also good. Conceal Cavern is generally pretty useful. Free artifact is nice. Pyro Remains don't matter to us. This Merchant of Steel might be even better. Yeah. We go for the next Merchant of Steel. Get these upgrades later. Pilestone Housing. That has to be better than Hell's Banner for us, right? We don't have energy problem. That makes the Merchant of Steel here even more appealing. Because now we could find something like Multi-Strike on our Siren as well. Let's buy some more upgrades. I think this needs to become not zero cost, just cheaper. It would be nice if it became 0 cost, but it doesn't have to. Still no to the consume removal. Magic power? Still pretty excited about that. It goes on a proclamation. And we reroll. Permafrost. That just means we get to play the hammer for free, or gifts for the guard. Oh, yeah. Gifts of a guard for free. I think we just consume the hammer. Play it once for 160, that's good enough. You become free after holding your turn, so I think the other cost reduction goes on the other gifts. These were some nice upgrades. We should have looked in here first, because the value stone would definitely have gone on the gifts. Now we don't really have a great target for the value stone. Actually, the Wurmkin one is pretty good. Upgrade another ice tornado. This time with piercing. This is a lot of pack shards we're amassing. But I feel confident that we can deal with that. Like, we have such upside in that we start with lost luggage and improved firebox. Our start is so powerful. It's insanely powerful. We play Spine Chief, we play a Bog Chrysalis, and we play Nameless Siren last. We still get Dazed 1 on the Siren, but that is actually okay. Dazed 1 is fine. I think we should draw before we Bounding Echoes. No. Now we draw. Ah, the Echo Infusion got hit. That now has Consume. Let's kill you. Wow, you absorbed that all? That's not very nice. That is fine. I want you gone too. And you get the health. And then we total recalls, bring some stuff back. Sure. We keep that in hand for the future. Ooh, both Vengeful Shards in the same hand. That's a slight annoyance. Wurmkin Spike. I think we silence you because you have a nasty incant trigger. Do I care about Soul Crushing Guild? I mean, it prevents some damage. And then we reap you for 16. Sure. That is not bad. That is a nice place to put these things down. Do we play this? Potentially kill the backliners? No. Well, it doesn't matter. So we keep it in hand. If it doesn't matter, it's best to just keep it in hand. What do we return, Soul? I think we return Soul on the top and just add some more Reap to... That is the best way to add some more Reap to Arcus. That's 80 Reap now. Arcus is gonna die like... Looming Dark Shard on the bottom. I hate it. I think that means we pretty much do nothing. We just add a bunch of candy to other floors. Keep our permafrosted spell pristine. Although they would become 0 costs anyway, right? So it didn't really matter. Anyways, it's time... Yeah, sure. Let's put a Glacial Seal here. Just add some Frostbite to the whole thing. We need some spells on the bottom. Like this Ice Tornado. I'll play another gift for a guard. Now everything dies before it can strike back. So we can go back to adding more candy. We could have killed Arcus this turn. But they die now anyways. I don't care about your stupid Dark Shard. Reap is really good against flying bosses. That's another gift for a guard. That's also a perfect Insanity that we could use. I haven't played with a perfect Insanity yet. Let's master it. And we want draw. We have energy aplenty. And it's time for value. Well, we don't have that much gold, but with the divine boons it will be enough. There is Moldy Strike. That goes on the side of fight. Battlestone goes on the Bog Chrysalis. I think Runestone also goes on the Bog Chrysalis. We can afford a large upgrade, but we don't need a large upgrade anymore. We just want this Bog Chrysalis to be a bit better. And you know what? Goodbye Glacial Seal. We don't need you anymore. You're a bit too awkward to use. Next up we had one other card that I was considering to cut, and that was the Crypt Builder. But now with the 160, I think that's good enough. Flash Freeze isn't infused. But I think we still cut the Frozen Lands instead. Either path could be good here, but I think I want to go with the Corruptor too. Reap is auxiliary. We don't use it as a main strategy. Spell Shield 2 is actually very scary. But I feel like we are so strong that we can deal with it. We have piercing stuff as well. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. We can't hatch the egg yet. That is something that we need to keep in mind. We shouldn't hatch the egg anyways. We don't generate that much candy in this hand. We do need some candy. This is a balancing act. Feel like we're gonna play Frozen Lands, Flash Freeze, Proclamation and Crypt Builder on the Gilded Wing to deal with it. That means we generate 1 candy, we go down to 0, then we would generate a few more. 1, 2, I will use Total Recall. I just can't have 5. I should be able to avoid having 5. Even though I might have to stop myself short. Let's get rid of the Spell Shield. Then we hit you with 2 giant hits. Maybe I don't play Total Recall here. I play Vengeful Shards on another floor. That is an easy way. Yeah, we don't play Total Recall. Now we can hatch the Bog Chrysalis, no problem. Hey Rossum, welcome! Glad to see you. Thanks for your amazing UI mod. Let me think about this. We need some damage here. Maybe it's just Wurmkin Spike that gives us our damage. We don't have enough candy for that to really be working out. This Pearl Ice Tornado has piercing, so we could take down the Purifier. So that makes it very tempting to play. With the spell weakness as well. That was very nice. Do we have candy on this floor? We don't. So I think the frozen lance goes there and we take 1 damage, which takes us down to 1 damage shield. I haven't considered that problem with the Vengeful Shards. We could just play the Ice Tornado on this floor, but how do we deal with these guys then? It's not like the Ice Tornado does a whole lot of damage to them though. This actually decreases our damage. And we do care about immediate damage. You will probably die to... Yeah, you will die to Reap. So that's fine. Now we can focus fully on the bottom floor. And we have a powerful turn. We might as well get you down now. What do we bring back here? 1 Echo Transfer? And then consume it? That seems reasonable. We have over candy anyways. Honestly, just get that total recall. Get some more stuff. More spells to play. More incant. Doesn't matter. They all have spell shields anyways. Just throw the Ice Tornado. Maybe we get the spell shield of someone that we can kill with the revenge. Nope. But you only have 1 spell shield, that's 2 hits. You're not even getting to attack, but I still play this. Now you would get to attack if you weren't dazed. Oh, gift for a guard into gift for a guard, huh? And we harness some titans. And just play a bunch of spells. Perfect insanity. This consumes. Yeah, we don't need it at all. We do need to play that. Don't wanna die eventually too. Scorch damage. Yeah, I am tackling the challenges from top to bottom right now. Starting with the new ones, of course. Daze you. That will do it. These bogflies are actually contributing quite a bit of damage. Wurmkin etchings. Power of knowledge, maybe? We're consuming a lot of spells. It's just another giant nuke. Sure, can't hurt. Titan's Tooth, Drain, Cuddle Hex. Nope, not interested in that. Our units are now fully upgraded. Bog Chrysalis with stats. Icy Xylophyte with quick multi-strike and extra health. That's all we need. Let's get some spell upgrades here. Overheal, yay! To our fragile pyre. I do want the Divine Hearth. Do you want to just win? I think I want to just win. Fragile Pyre. The only thing I will purchase right now would be Incant Seal. So we roll for that. Nope. Anything here we want to purchase? Nope. I think we just use our gold as a defensive shield. Are we okay with losing an energy and removing these Vengeful Shards? Because they're kind of a nuisance. But our deck is 41 cards, so it doesn't really matter too much. I think we remove a Frozen Lance and a Flash Freeze now. If Divine Mastery is less or more difficult than normal Mastery was before DLC release? That's a good question. The Ninja Training Mutator is a bit vicious right now. Okay. We'll deal with that when we come to it. Melee weakness. We have to be careful not to buff Seraph too much. We're again in a position where we can't hatch the egg right now. We do have to deal with this guy. That can be dealt with by proclamation. So, we're playing Spine Chief Bog Chrysalis on this floor. Then probably a Giant Wurmkin Spike here. Proclamation on this floor. And pretty much nothing else. We are playing Harness the Titan. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, -2. Anything 5? Yeah, that should work out. Rebounding Echoes, Spine Chief, Bog Chrysalis, Harness the Titan, then Proclamation. We don't hatch the egg. And we throw a giant Wurmkin Spike on Seraph. And then we return Soul and throw a giant Wurmkin Spike. That's not giant, but it's big enough. And then I think we pass the turn. No, we want to build some candy on the top floor as well. We do it like this. That's 3 candy, that's good enough for now. Here is our Siren. But also, Seraph is trying to kill us. Of course we won't let that happen. Can we prevent that? Well, we can deal with these guys. That should help. That does help. But only just barely. I wish we could Soul Crushing Guild. But we were a little bit short on candy for that. Maybe, no, even if I had generated more candy, that would just make my egg eat more. If we play one more spell here, we gain 1 armor and take 2 more damage and we lose our Spine Chief. So we can't do that. Spine Chief survives on 1. 1 is all we need. We need a Spine Chief, but we don't need it to be very healthy. We can heal it back up. That is a thing we can do. We start with a Consume spell, so that we can actually use Revenge of the Damned on you. Because you suck. That gives us access to Echo Infusion. You are not spell weak. But Ice Tornado is probably a good play anyways. Think we should probably Total Recall here. That proclamation is quite good. And we echo infuse. Egg eats all the candy, that's fine. I don't really want to play anything on Seraph floor, but a Siren Song might be very good. And then we keep the rest. We could even play that on the egg. Just for the candy. And the incant. Because these guys won't have the reap. Seraph is on the bottom floor. But Seraph is dazed. So now we apply as much reap to Seraph as possible. These guys do have spell weakness, some of them do. So let's Ice Tornado, the big one. Try to take advantage of that. Didn't quite work out. We need more candy. We need Silo Fight to destroy these guys. Silo Fight couldn't destroy these guys in time. That is fine. We lose our Spine Chief here. But we have a lot of reap already on the boss. Well, we lose our buff, I guess. That sucks. But maybe we will still be okay. Perfectly insane. It's time for you to be quiet. And I think that we need every incant trigger we can get. So the Silo Fight can actually kill stuff. How big is this? Pretty small actually. You're no longer dazed. You're also no longer gaining stats. Think we can wait with the gifts. Think what we need right now is as many spells as possible. Oh yeah, you have spell weakness. That is great. You will probably die now because of the 2 melee weakness. We should play this. Should play that. Seraph is gonna have a ton of spell weakness on him though. We can probably finish the fight pretty soon. That proclamation might do it. Bye. That was a very weird fight. We basically entered a damage race against Seraph the Patient and won. We can't do that in this fight, I don't think. Again, we don't have our Siren in the first hand. And these all come with damage shields. That is quite annoying. This might be the rare case where we do have to set up on the top floor. Because I can't see how we deal with this wave otherwise. On the top floor we have Siren Song. Today is the Divinity. So we can actually have some time to build up armor on everyone. I like that. We also have Soul Crushing Guild, which we can't quite use this turn. No, we can. We easily can. So we put the Bog Chrysalis down. We play Harness the Titan. it's nothing. We play Fracture. It doesn't do much. But then we can totally recall these 3 cards. Harness the Titan again. It's gone. Fracture again. Preserved. Soul Crushing Guild to daze you for a long time. Daze you for an even longer time. And then, important, spend an Echo Infusion so the egg doesn't hatch. Because otherwise we have trouble. Well, we could have Perfect Insanity instead, but I don't think that's worth it. It might have been. It's a lot of damage. Nice, the Permafrost taking out their spell shields. Permafrost? Frostbite. We'll put the Siren down. Anyone that needs silencing? Well, someone will eventually need silencing. And this hatches the egg. Which means we double our amount of armor totems. We have some Ice Tornadoes ready to start dealing with waves. So that's good. I wouldn't mind Bounding Echoes pretty soon. That would actually be quite appreciated. For now, let's use Echo Snare to generate some candy. We will need more candy here. Yeah, Frozen Lands will do. And then I think we throw out the non-piercing Ice Tornado because we don't need piercing right now. 34, you need 35, so if we play the Wurmkin Spike, you kill everything actually. Do we want the Wurmkin Spike? It's not that much damage right now. Do we want it on another? No. Well, it adds 1 candy at least. No, let's go with the Echo Infusion. Now you're back down, but this will give us a candy, which will bring you back up to enough power. This will cost us a candy, but it will trigger Incant. Maybe that's worth it? In the long run? We go down to 18, then we go up to 30. It's not quite enough for this Apprentice of Light. If we want to prevent all damage, well, we could just Power of Knowledge you. Sure. I mean, that's another spell that we don't get to keep in hand otherwise. And then we just play the Wurmkin Spike for Incant and Candy. We take 10 just to the Wild Wings. We could silence them, but there are some other scary things to silence here, so I'll wait. Finally, a Bounding Echoes. Do we play Gifts for a Garb first? No. We Echo Infuse you, and we Gifts. Another Bounding Echoes? I think we just play it. We definitely play the Vengeful Shard. Echo Transfer is worth it. Reap goes on you. Might as well. We're taking 5 damage. 4 damage on the Silo fight. That's fine. We don't need to use Ice Tornadoes to prevent that. You know what? I'm gonna silence you. I don't want to deal with your bullshit. I don't like your adding of Scorches and Blights to our deck. I think this is pretty simple term. Although it might not be that simple. We might have to use some Ice Tornadoes here. The piercing one. The backliner does have a spell shield. But this one... This guy actually, I think we want to use the magic power Ice Tornado instead. Yeah, let's use the piercing one. Crit Builder is fine. Let's reap you. Then I think we return Soul Echoes now. Echo Transfer. Echo Transfer seems very reasonable. I want your baseline attack to be higher, so we don't have to rely on over-candying too much. We could just deal 666 right now. But we... It would be useful next turn against chains. But maybe that's not that important. We can probably deal with chains with spells. Chains has spell weakness active. And we do have 550 money, so even if chains goes by, we have 22 plus the 2 damage shields, 24 damage shields basically. But it's worth trying to kill chains here. This is not quite enough. So yeah, let's throw the Ice Tornado. That's 200 damage, that's pretty solid. There we go. Chains now dies. You're still dazed 4. We're probably not gonna get much more daze on you. I think we consumed most of the daze cards. Siren Song is out. The other one is still in. We don't need to let that get to 0 cost because we just have the energy right now. Oh, there's Soul Crushing Guild. Let's keep that up. Now we're back down to not killing chains, but every candy is 10, 20, 30, 50 damage. Plus the incant, so one more candy should do it. We can go reap on the boss. Perfect Insanity is just not worth using right now. And we can't really use... Well, that's not true. Now you have 2 spell shield. Yeah, we can't actually kill anyone here. We can get rid of your spell shield, I guess. I guess Perfect Insanity just comes along for the mastery. But he really wants to get played. We have enough to kill everything before it strikes. So we can keep the Ice Tornado in hand. I do like the echoes now. You will take quite a bit of damage. I assume that's due to spikes. You know what? I'll throw an Ice Tornado. Maybe we hit the spikes guy. Yeah, that helps. So we keep armoring the frontliner then. Might as well trigger some more incant. Reap some more. And keep the Ice Tornado for the Sergeant here. The last Knight of the Disciples. I think this is the turn where we kill the Divinity. We have all the tools we need. We have Returned Souls. We have Gifts for a Guard. Revenge of the Damned even. Power of Knowledge is starting to look really useful. We actually return soul first with this one. We bring back a gift for a god. We return soul with this one, bring back the return soul. And we play gifts. Bounding Echoes is nice. Time to play some Ice Tornadoes. I mean, we don't have to kill the last knight, but I kinda want to. So you get a Power of Knowledge. Then we bring back the Power of Knowledge. And you get another one. Just for good measure. And we don't play the Proclamation, so we have more candy, because every candy is 10 attack for everyone. Just the first hit is enough. Nice. We even got the boss rush. That was a good one. I like how we started with how we had the option to go with Corruptor first, but started with Reap instead because we felt like that was gonna get us through the early game, and then after we picked up the egg, we ran Corruptor because it turned out to be really valuable at that point. Nice, nice. Making some progress here. Let's take a look at the run summary. Silence applied 19, previous best 18. Just because there's more fights in the game now. One more fight, we get to apply a bit more silence. Well, yeah, as said, this Icy Silo fight we saw in Ring 2 really defined our game plan, especially because we saw Quick alongside of it. So we could immediately go with the Quick Sweeper and just make sure that we have at least the backliners clear. Quick Sweepers are one of the most powerful things you can make in Monster Train. If you can get them to just enough attack where they kill backliners, that's already so much pressure gone from your frontliner. Sometimes you still need some defense, that's why we added the Guardian Stone. We picked that up, and then we picked up the Bog Chrysalis, so we could double our Guardian Stone by hatching the egg, because both of the Bogfly were gonna have that infusion. And also it makes the Guardian Stone a priority unit, because Bog Chrysalis is a priority unit, but Guardian Stone by default is not. So we were always gonna have it by turn 2 at least. Sometimes we drew it on turn 1 and didn't draw the Icy Silo fight, which was a little bit of a hassle, but it worked out pretty well now. Early lead, insanely powerful modifier. Really made a large difference to our power, and really is what you should kind of try to abuse when you do this challenge. Yeah. That marks 3 out of the new 5 expert challenges completed, but it's only 3 out of 25 divine victories in expert challenge, because we have to repeat the old ones as well.